Have you ever felt like there's a secret wealth club you were never invited to? As if only those who already have money know something no one else does. But what if I told you the secret was never about how much you earn, but what you do with what you have? Yes, with little, very little, you can start building a solid financial life. The problem is no one shows you this in school, banks don't teach it, they don't want you to know. And the world out there keeps pushing debt as if it were a solution. But here, the conversation is different. Today, you'll see the game from the inside. No empty promises, no magic formulas, just what really works. If you're tired of living on the edge, pay attention, because what comes next could be the turning point you've been waiting for years. First step, build your financial foundation. Before dreaming of millions, financial freedom, or complex money multiplying strategies, there's an essential step many ignore: building your foundation. And that foundation has a name: an emergency fund. Imagine your car breaks down or you lose your job unexpectedly. Without that cushion, any unforeseen event becomes a hurricane in your life. Having 3 to 6 months' worth of basic expenses saved with discipline is the shield between stability and chaos. It's the foundation of solid financial organization. It's like building a house before choosing the furniture. You need a strong foundation. Paying off high-interest debt, like credit cards or personal loans, must be a priority. And don't fall into the trap of rushing into investments without this safety net. This isn't just financial education, it's applied financial intelligence. A new phone won't save you when rent is due, but a well-built emergency fund will. That's the difference between someone who just survives and someone who lives with peace of mind. How do you do it in practice? Simple. Start by reviewing your expenses. Cut non-essentials for a while. Take out, unused subscriptions, impulse buys. Use that money to feed your emergency fund. And if you can, leverage your free time to generate extra income, selling baked goods, offering services, learning something new. This not only helps you build your fund, but also opens the door to passive income streams in the future. And that's where the real transformation begins. Second step, organize your money with percentages. When someone says, "I don't know where my money goes," the answer usually lies in a lack of control. It's like trying to fill a bucket with holes. That's why anyone who wants to achieve financial independence needs a clear map. And that map starts with dividing income into percentages. It doesn't matter if you earn a lot or a little. The secret is knowing how to distribute every penny. Organizing personal finances with a percentage-based plan is a game changer for anyone who wants to ditch autopilot and take control of their life. Imagine receiving your paycheck today. Before spending, it's already divided: 70% for expenses, 20% for investments, 10% for education. This structure is just a baseline. You can adjust it to your reality. But the key is creating the habit. The best part? You can automate everything with 3 separate accounts. One for daily use, another for investing, and a third for your emergency fund. This way, money moves automatically without you having to remember it every month. This completely changes your relationship with money, because instead of spending what's left, you invest what you've planned. And that, my friend, is true financial planning. You don't need to be rich to start. Even those starting from zero can apply this. For example, use an app like Mobiles or Organizee to allocate your percentages, or even an Excel spreadsheet. What matters is starting, because the next step will show you what's really holding you back. Third step, escape high-interest debt. The hard truth is this: there's no financial freedom with bad credit. It may sound harsh, but as long as you're enslaved by debt, especially high-interest debt, your money is working against you. Every payment on a poorly planned loan, every "just one more credit card" or "I'll pay it next month" is like a hole in your boat's hull. No matter how hard you row, it's going to sink. If you want to learn to multiply your money, The first step is to stop losing it to impulsive decisions. One of the biggest myths of modern consumerism is believing you need everything immediately, that you deserve it, that you'll figure it out later. But later comes with bills, stress, sleepless nights, and a constant feeling of drowning. Those with financial intelligence know you shouldn't finance things that don't generate returns, like a new phone, a vacation on installments, or designer clothes. Here's a mindset shift. Start paying for expenses in cash, even if it's with small discounts. It's not just about price, it's about attitude. It shows you have financial discipline and respect for your money. Use part of your savings to pay off costly debts, renegotiate with banks, and remember, living with less and investing is worth more than pretending and being in debt. The less you owe, the more freedom you have, and that freedom is what lets you play the game of the wealthy. Not about cutting back, but about increasing your income. Fourth step, increase your income, the real multiplier. There's a limit to how much you can cut expenses, but when it comes to multiplying money, income has no ceiling. And that's where many people get stuck. They spend their lives pinching pennies, but never focus on what they could be earning. Of course, controlling expenses is crucial, but the real transformation happens when you learn to increase your income. And no, you don't need to launch a startup. Sometimes it starts with selling a simple product in your neighborhood or learning a new skill on YouTube. The practical advice here is clear. Treat your free time as an asset. Learn design on Canva, sell homemade desserts, tutor, or open a freelancer profile. Every new income stream is a chance to accelerate your financial plan. The more you earn, the easier it becomes to maintain healthy financial habits and invest consistently without depriving yourself. This lets you progress without sacrificing your quality of life. And if you think earning more isn't for you, stop and ask, how many people have turned a hobby into passive income? How many started a YouTube channel, an Instagram account, or an online store? With dedication, anyone can build something of their own. And when money starts coming from multiple streams, risk shrinks, freedom grows, and money finally starts working for you. But before that becomes reality, there's something even more important to work on, your mindset. And that brings us to the fifth step. Fifth step, expand your financial mindset. Before searching for get-rich-quick formulas, you need to adjust what's happening in your mind. Believe this, no one builds financial freedom with a scarcity mindset. Some people earn well, but stay broke because they cling to beliefs like, money is dirty, rich people don't go to heaven, or I wasn't born for this. This mindset doesn't just block your ability to build wealth, it sabotages your decisions daily. A poor mindset leads to poor choices, and that shows in your finances. An abundance mindset isn't about flaunting wealth, but understanding money as a tool. Good people with money do good. Think of figures like Bill Gates, Oprah Winfrey, or Jorge Paulo Lemann. They didn't just accumulate wealth, they created impact, opportunities, and solutions for the world. That's the thinking you need to cultivate. Stop feeling guilty for wanting to earn well, live better, and have more free time. Money brings options, and options mean autonomy. How to shift your mindset in practice. Start with the content you consume. Swap get-rich-quick schemes for books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, The Richest Man in Babylon, or Think and Grow Rich. Listen to podcasts about real financial education. Follow people who teach personal finance with depth, those who educate, not just sell. Make it a habit to jot down ideas for increasing income, test small investment strategies, and think long-term. It all starts in the mind. If you think like a poor person, you act and spend like one. But if you think like someone prosperous, you start seeking, learning, and applying. And that's when the game changes. But mindset alone isn't enough. You have to put it into motion. And that's exactly what we'll cover now. Sixth step, execute and prepare for the long term. Now that your mind is in the right place, it's time to act. Because at the end of the day, the person who transforms their life isn't the one who knows the most. It's the one who consistently does the basics. Many want wealth but stumble because they don't understand the value of time. Building financial freedom is like planting a tree. You water it daily, even if the fruit doesn't appear immediately. That patience only comes when you realize the money game is long-term, not instant gratification. A practical example, imagine someone starts investing today with little money, say $100 a month. It seems small, right? But with discipline, consistent contributions, and smart decisions, like investing in solid companies, in 10 years, they could have built a nest egg that changes their life's trajectory. That's the power of compound interest working for you, not against you. But for it to work, you need a clear, automated, and sustainable financial plan. Create a simple plan. Define how much you'll invest monthly. Choose assets with solid strategies, and set up automatic transfers. You don't need to obsess over the market daily or chase trends. Pick investments that grow over time. Avoid get-rich-quick schemes, like unknown cryptocurrencies or miracle stocks promoted in sensationalist videos, and never ever invest in something you don't understand. If you're going to make mistakes, let them be small and early, because consistency is what takes you from "I can't save anything" to "my passive income covers my rent." But for that to become a habit, there's one key you must activate daily. 7th step, daily habits. This is where the game is won or lost, in the everyday. Dreaming of financial freedom is pointless if you keep spending thoughtlessly, sabotaging yourself weekly with impulsive choices. The small habits you repeat without realizing are shaping your financial future right now. That daily expensive coffee, that interest-free installment purchase that derails your monthly budget, or that just for today that became a habit. To truly multiply your money, make common sense a daily habit. Start small, but start with awareness. Spend on what truly matters. Question every purchase. Does this bring me closer to or further from the life I want? Review your financial goals at the start of each month, like adjusting a compass before sailing. Track your spending, even in a notebook or an app. Invest in financial education daily. Read a chapter of a good book. Watch videos from people who teach frugal living and smart investing. It's not about living in deprivation, it's about living with intention. Another powerful tip: create automated systems so money works for you. Automate transfers to your emergency fund. Set up monthly investment contributions. Use phone reminders to review finances. This removes reliance on willpower and puts everything on autopilot. Consistency doesn't come from effort. It comes from structure. And the best part? The more you surround yourself with good habits, the less effort it takes to maintain momentum. Your financial life aligns like a well-calibrated clock, and in that rhythm, the impossible starts to feel inevitable. Now tell me, will you keep complaining about your salary, or will you use what you've learned here to change your financial life? It's in your hands. Every tip, every example here isn't theory from an old book. It's practical, real, and the path for anyone who wants to escape scarcity and move toward financial freedom, even starting with little. But none of this works if you just read it and don't apply it. So what will you do? Start with one step. Adjust your monthly budget, create your emergency fund, find ways to increase income, and above all, change how you think about money. Transformation begins when the decision is firm. If this content resonated with you, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and share it with someone who also deserves to change their life. Here, we don't teach magic. We teach how to make money work for you.